It is time to paint the frame. Probably paint that this weekend. All the brackets are done. All the trimming's done. Just need to clean it up. These brackets right here, I'm gonna weld on after I wash it. Trying to do this before the sun goes down. So I'll weld these on after I wash the truck, and then it should be ready for paint. Chassis in the mud. Perfect. Got my little pressure washer. And I've managed to find about 300 feet of hose. I think it's gonna work. Okay, no leak there. No leak there. No leak there. No leak there. Oh wow. One leak, two leak, three leak, four leak, and five leak. Well, that's a bummer. Just gonna run it, see what happens. Clean as this thing's been in a long time. Let that air dry for a minute, let some of the ground soak up some of this water before I roll it back in. Still cleaning up the frame a little bit, trying to let it air dry and get all the water out of it. Went ahead and got those pedestals welded in. Like I said, those are done. Chassis just needs to be wiped down, and I'm just letting it air dry. Make sure all the water's out of all the cracks and crevices. I've blown it off quite a few times. I'll let that sit. Meanwhile, I'm getting the cab ready for paint. The firewall's primed with some red rusty primer. The entire outside has been taped up. I'm gonna be painting right into the door jamb. That way when the door shuts, you don't see any green. And then everything's been scuffed. There's a couple pinholes here and there. I'm probably one day gonna be putting a manual in this, so I'm gonna be cutting the trans tunnel back out of it. So what I'm gonna do is just paint it and then put a little bit of sound deadener right at the toe board. It'll be fine. It's not perfect. It's a rat rod. I know rat rods are kind of out of style now, but this is what I want. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to run. Here's the other side. Interior has been scuffed, like I said, painting to this door jamb underneath the drip rail. Once again, I can show you how bad this truck really is. So I am not trying to save this truck, I'm trying to have fun with it. Roof's been scuffed, blown off, cleaned up. Dash has been actually DA sanded just a little bit because that's gonna be somewhat of the focal point once this truck's done. So what I'm gonna do here is blow it off one more time and then wipe down a couple spots where like I oiled the door latches and stuff, just make sure they don't fisheye. And then I bought some epoxy primer. I'm just gonna spray it, wait a couple hours, and then spray some single stage metallic, what is it, forest green? I think it's forest green. It's a Summit brand single stage metallic paint. First time using single stage metallic paint from Summit, so we're gonna see how it goes. Again, if it doesn't turn out that great, doesn't matter. I just want it to be one color. That's really the main thing here. Because this being like 7 different colors is really just annoying to me. You might be wondering why I left the back with no floorboard. 1, because I'm kind of lazy and didn't want to complete the whole floor. And 2, I thought it'd be really cool to put some street signs down over this opening. I was going to do the whole floor, but I was like, no, I want the front of the floor to be like legit. So I think it'd be really cool. Underneath the seats, you'll be able to see the street signs poking through, which, I don't know, kind of a rat rod thing. Let's see, what is this? This is the chassis paint. We'll put that right there. Somewhere in this box of pyramids. Let's see, there it is. Epoxy catalyst. You can see I've got plenty of things to do around the house. DTM epoxy primer gray. And then epoxy primer catalyst. And this is urethane activator fast, below 70. It's a good thing I bought this last winter and I'm getting to it this winter. That would have been a disaster trying to do it in the summer. Alright. Like I said, I've never used the single stage summer stuff, but I have used the DTM epoxy primer and I've been quite satisfied with the way this stuff sprays and the way you spray on top. Alright, so I got cups, I've got strainers, got my gun and regulator. I don't really need to tack anything off. Okay, I've got, that's way more than enough lacquer thinner to clean everything. And I've got my mask right there. All right, I think that's pretty much it. While I was spraying the truck out earlier, I noticed a lot of moisture coming out of it. And you can see that the desiccant filter is completely white, which on this graph means change immediately. Well, I'm trying to paint here in like 20 minutes, so that's not gonna happen. So I gotta go into town and get one of those disposable screw-on desiccant filters for the gun. Just try to keep some of the moisture out. I don't think I have one. Let's see if I could do this with one hand. I gotta see the color. I've actually never opened this up. I bought it and put it in the box. Oh, that's gonna look good on that truck. God. Yeah, that's a good looking color. So this Summit Racing DTM epoxy is a 1-to-1, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and mix it to the floor. I'm sure I'll use all that. Ooh. Weak hands. One to one, so we're gonna go to the 4. There we go. With how thin this stuff is, Can you see that? I don't know if I should be using the big gun, but I already cleaned it and I already got it out. So we're gonna run with the big gun. And what I mean by that, see that tip? I want to say that's like 2.5 millimeter tip. Probably could run a 2.0 or a 1.8, but we're gonna run it and see how it does. Hey, first coat. She looking good. All one color for once. This looks really good. Got the roof. I think I got most of it covered. Got the dash covered real nice. Got everything I could underneath. One more coat. I actually used like half the can already, so I'm just gonna keep mixing until that entire can of primer is gone. Got the bottom of the doors. Probably can't tell. It just looks so much better, just one color. I know it's not nice, don't get me wrong. The camera probably fools you and makes it look nice, but I think it's actually gonna turn out kind of cool. Like, it's been painted, but like no body work. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Time for some single stage. Shook this up real good. Look at that color. Oh man. I'm excited. Now I read the instructions and this is 4-to-1, which is a little concerning, figuring that I used 2 quarts just to do the primer. I'm hoping this covers better than the primer did. Now the primer had a lot to cover, so there's that as well. This just has one color to cover, which is that gray. And this is a dark color. Really just talking to myself, making myself feel better. So I do this as a little funnel, that way you don't spill paint everywhere, and then I pop a hole in the bottom ridge where the lid would go. That way any paint that gets in that ridge flows back into the can. Just in case anyone was wondering why I'm doing that. So let's find the 4-to-1. Yeah, let's double check that it's stirred up. Gosh, look at that color. Anyways, let's see, 4. the fast or low temp activator since it's below 70 degrees. I wanted it to cure up a lot quicker than it normally would. I've got my paint gun here. The other one was my primer only gun. This has just got a smaller tip. Man, that car looks good. I just mixed the last of that metallic jade. Got one coat on the doors, the dash, the front of the floor, visor, and all the bracing. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna do the doors. I mean, pretty much everything I've already done. I've got some trunk spray that I think I'm gonna do underneath the dash. A little bit of a bummer that I ran out. But the doors, the door jambs, the floor, they look really good. I like it. I like the way this is turning out. Doors are done, dash, floor, bracing, and the visor is done. All the jambs themselves are done. Dash is done. Got a little light spot where, but that's gonna be covered by a bezel, so that's all right. And then up under here, I'm just gonna do that trunk liner spray, as well as the back here and the roof, because all that's going to get some sound deadening anyway, so I had to just kind of switch right on the fly my planning here, because I only had a quart and I bought it like a year ago, and well, let's be honest, I wasn't going to buy another quart just to wait a couple more days. I want this done, but it looks really good. I am pumped. I am glad I got that painted last night because today has been a complete monsoon. All the rain. The cab is completely soaked. Oh. I think it had time to dry. Hopefully. It doesn't look messed up. So, I'm going to go ahead and close that. Go ahead and close this one. Like that, so that doesn't blow around. And yeah, so while Mother Nature is doing her thing, I guess I'm going to stop here and edit this video. This turned out really nice. I know the lights are off and you can't see anything, but it looked really good. Tomorrow, if it's not raining, I will be painting this thing. And then we can put them together for the final time. Hopefully. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching, subscribing, commenting. I know a couple of you guys have been excited to see this truck come back up. I'm going to try to get this thing done before springtime. That is my goal. And then my second goal is to drive this on Power Tour 23. If I don't make that goal, I'll be really sad. Really sad. Anyways, thanks, guys, for watching.